Look here, young pimp. You sitting around the hood all motherfucking day with some hard leg not doing nothing. You want to get you some money and some on your and the police off your ass? Go to school. And when you go to school, learn something that you're really going to apply to your life later. Trust me, you going to thank me, pimp, because them ain't talking about shit.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just ain't real. Real life street stars. You know what time it is.
Real life street stars. Y'all put it together. We got a legend in the building. Mr. Slink Johnson, man. Slink Capone. How many other monikers you got?
Oh man, too many to list, man. Master of the West African Monkey Spank Technique, 5-time Wild Cheetah Submission champion, Mr. No Stranger to Danger, the Revenue Wrangler, your mama's favorite. So many to go on, you know what I'm saying? In Mexico, they call me El Verga de Burro. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, I go by many names, dog.
Yeah. Many names. The El Chupacabra.
I know that.
See, look at that. Goddamn. For the fans at home, they may most definitely recognize you as Black Jesus, Lamar, nigga. They might know you from a lot of things, of course, through your episodes in life, man. But we have you here. Thank you for being on the couch. And before we even get started, man, for those that don't know, man, because you have such just a West Coast flair. Where are you from exactly? I didn't know the goddamn street and the house, the address.
Oh man, I was actually born in Dumas, Arkansas, 127 Pistachio Drive in Westview. I was born there and I was raised till I was 10 years old. And my mother relocated to Los Angeles and, been there ever since.
Dumas, where's that near?
Dumas is in southeast Arkansas, about 45, 50 miles south of Pine Bluff.
That sounds like near where Bill Clinton from or something.
Bill Clinton, I don't know. He's from Little Rock somewhere. I don't know.
Okay. I'm just curious, for your mom to migrate to Los Angeles, what was that about, Arkansas to Los Angeles?
Oh, man, it was just time for her. You know what I mean? All my mother's siblings had already made the migration in the 60s and the 70s to LA. And my mother was caring for my grandmother, who was in the twilight of her life, and she was and she didn't want to go to California. Mm-hmm. She wanted to live the rest of her life in Arkansas. So my mother, being my grandmother's baby, took care of my grandmother till the day she died. And once she died, and between that and my mother and my father separating, it wasn't nothing else left in Arkansas for her.
Man, I have to say it like this, man. We're gonna jump around this interview, man, but we have such a fan base that, of course, is I'm gonna say two things. One of the greatest video games of all time, which is Grand Theft Auto 5. And of course, working with Aaron Magruder, throughout Boondocks and of course on Black Jesus, Adult Swim. When our fans watch it, like, oh, that voice. And therefore they know you. Do you get mistaken for your voice or how you look? Do people hear you and say, you sound like...
Absolutely, all the time.
How does that work? How do they approach you? Like, bro, do you sound like...
They'll hear me, in public places. I'm taking care of business or whatever. Just in passing. It just be different things, man. And everybody different, But sometimes cats, I'll see them over there and they'll be looking and analyzing. They'll look in their phone. I see them over there doing all that. And some people just hear it and be like, hey, you Lamar. And,
Yeah.
So, but I love it all. I appreciate it all, man, because that's some real shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're talking about guys. It takes a lot for a man to come and give another man props on anything. So I appreciate it anytime. Because, again, it took a lot for that to say, man, did you that nigga? And when they do, man, it's all love, man. I appreciate it.
Let me ask you real quick. Do you know, or do you feel like you have probably one of the most iconic voices in video game history? Like, just in general, because voices ain't even been part of video games till like the late 90s. They start actually putting voices to video games, and you have like one of the most iconic voices in all of like video game history, like period.
I mean, I'm more than humbled by it all. That shit is dope as fuck. And I appreciate having an iconic voice, man, but it don't work in the bank. You know what I'm saying? Say, give me all the money.
Yeah, right.
It don't work. It don't work. If it worked in the bank, it'll be better.
God. right, we're gonna come back to that, but for the most part, I got to get you growing up in on the West Coast. You said what part of LA you moved to?
All right, I moved to Inglewood. When my mom moved us out here, we moved to Inglewood. I went to school in Inglewood. I went to Highland Elementary, Crozier Junior High, and Inglewood High School before I went to California Youth Authorities. But I like to say that I grew up between Inglewood and South LA. And, you know, I spent a lot of my time in South LA off Florence and Normandy. Yeah. And, you know, I grew up and went to school in Inglewood. So, you know what I'm saying? I like to say I got dual citizenship as far as the city goes. You know what I mean?
What year was this when you first got over there?
When I got to California?
Yeah.
83.
Okay. Oh, so you've been through it all. Okay. All right. Give us a take, because, you know, I myself born and raised Texas. And I remember Crips and Bloods coming to Arkansas first and then kind of hitting Texas hard. And it was, of course, you know, during the crack epidemic that kind of brought the gangs over as well. How was it for you? Because was the crack epidemic right there when you got there, or did it come after?
I'm sure it was there again when I got there, but it began to explode, I want to say, about 84 in my eyes. You know what I'm getting? Yeah. I'm looking through my lenses, a young kid's lenses. I want to say around 84, that's when I became aware of, and, you know, I got my first rock put in my hand.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? So
to sell or to smoke?
To sell.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just you never know.
To sell, though. You know, we was buying double ups, little kids and shit, buying double ups, because that's what, you know, that was going on. Now, you ask me how was it? I don't know. It's hard to explain, because as a child, that was your only experience. You know what I'm saying? I think as a child, growing up somewhere or doing something as a child, a lot of times it's your first or only experience, so you got nothing else to base it on. Yeah. That's life. It was just life. Now, in hindsight, looking back, yeah, it was some wild times, you know, just as it is now. But, you know.
Did it affect any of your family members, like hard?
Absolutely. We have some family members that went to some great depths behind, you know, the life, and we had some family members that went to the top. You and my went to the top. You know what I'm saying?
We done like a couple interviews with Free Ricky Ross, and of course, he never really touches on the devastation it caused. He does touch on how much money he made, but the devastation for you as a young kid, like, did you notice it was getting bad in LA? Like, did you notice, like, who was working ain't working no more? Who were kids are making millions now.
Oh yeah, you definitely saw that begin, but again, that's when you look back. When you going through it, it's like you kind of going through it, but then I can look back now and be like, it was getting money, and you know what I'm saying? But, you know, so you definitely saw it, though. You know, you can see the devastation. You can see the homes being broken, families being just ripped apart, man. You know, respect being lost everywhere, man. It was definitely a horrible time in that regard.
When it comes to the gangs, the Crips and Bloods, you know, of course, Stanley Tookie Williams, one of the most famous Crips out there, of course. You see the rise of the Crips and Bloods really in L.A. Did you partake in that scenario as far as gang activity? Did you pick a side? Were you affiliated back then?
Oh, yeah, I definitely, I liked who I liked. I'll be the first to say at 51 years old, I ain't never been no gangbanger. I ain't been riding the car and taking fades and all that. I had my share of trouble, though. Don't get me wrong. I've been through some bullshit myself, but however, I wasn't no that was out there just like that. You know what I'm saying? Because going to school in Inglewood and spending my time away from school in South LA, that's oil and water, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of helped me be cool over. And I always was a clown. Yeah. I always a clown, so that kind of helped me too. All my cousins is Crips. I liken myself to that. I'm a Crip. You know what I'm saying? However, I went to school with all the Bloods, and the I went to school with knew that, but they also knew I wasn't no like that, and I ain't got no problem saying it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't no like that, but I know plenty of them. And yeah, in LA, man, when you grow up somewhere, it's like this. I don't care what nobody say, you're gonna pick a side. Yeah. It's like if you grow up somewhere, even if you don't partake in the field trips and the lessons that the gang partakes in, you definitely gonna pick a side. You definitely gonna like somebody. You definitely gonna favor somebody, and somebody gonna favor you. And it's just no different for me.
Definitely. I had to ask, was it as bad as the movies portrayed? Or did you see anything as bad as Colors, Boys
Absolutely. Absolutely. Man, look here, man. When you jumped in that lane and, again, I did my jail time and I feel like I was a fly on the wall. I'm checking out all this shit, man. When you jump in that life, it's definitely tragic, you know what I'm saying? But I just was blessed to be able to be friends with all them niggas.
Right. I'm cool with the cool kids.
I'm friends with all them niggas, you know what I'm saying? That helped me. I was always able to get close enough to shit. I like to say, don't get burned. I got sins, but I didn't get burned. You know what I mean? I got sins. I did my little, bullshit here and there. The what they call it, the rites of passage for any young man growing up in that type of environment. It's a certain type of rites of passage. So I indeed, went through my rites of passage. However, I was cool enough to make it pass.
How big was hip hop in LA culture? And of course, the NWA, their wave when they came in. For you, how old were you when NWA was like at their height?
At their height?
Yeah, like right,
Oh, at their height, I don't want to say, but I was like, when I first heard of NWA, for me, it had to be like 85.
Okay. I say 88, probably 88 was their like.
88 was when it was like,
Ooh, so you heard them when they was first just bubbling and shit.
When they was just, again, the if I recall correctly, 85, 86, you started hearing rumblings about, a cat named Eazy-E.
Yeah.
Coming out of Compton. If I'm not mistaken, I smoked so much weed, dog. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was little, my nigga. It was I heard the shit.
Yeah. Who was your supplier back then? God damn, I smoked. Who'd you?
D?
Oh, shout out D in the building. Nah, so let me ask you, because again, LA has such an rich history in which the LA riots, that kick off.
Yeah.
Are you in LA at this time? Are you around? Are you in the mix?
I was in jail, but all four of them niggas is my friends. I just talked to Damian Football Williams about 3 weeks ago. All four of them niggas my friends.
Wow. Did you understand exactly what, Rodney King, boom, cops get off and they gonna, you felt even in jail?
Yeah.
This shit about to get fucked up.
Absolutely, I felt it. When that shit was going down, I remember it. We was in the day room watching TV and they cut the program or whatever and the news came on. They was just showing flame and fire and glass breaking and they showed Florence and Normandie. I was like, I know that corner. And I was just looking and just captivated by what was going on the screen. But that's when staff say, hey man, turn the TV off, everybody, we're gonna lock y'all down. So
if you was out and you've seen all the shoplifting going on, what would have been your go-to? Like, I'm gonna go get me a refrigerator, bro. I need that TV.
I probably would have hit Western Surplus and got some guns. Or I probably would have hit a jewelry store or something.
Smart man. I seen niggas walk with heavy ass TVs. I'm like, I don't know.
I mean, hey, you know what? That's just speculation. I wasn't there. I ain't gonna lie, man. I probably had me a couple TVs too. Fatbacks. You know what I'm saying? About a trunk full of Fatbacks TV, or maybe it ain't even a whole trunk full. It's only one in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'll be, jewelry.
And again, of course, Rodney King, that happens. LA riots happen. And then I think right after that, of course, a year or so later, of course, you have Rodney. The trial of the century?
OJ.
What are your thoughts when you seen OJ in that Bronco riding?
Keep going, nigga. Smash, nigga.
Were you surprised he went to the house? Like, nigga went home like a big...
Nah, I wouldn't. Don't none of that shit them niggas do surprise me, man. When you start fucking with these Caucasoids, man, you liable to do anything, man. You know what I mean? Ain't no telling. You in a different level there, you know what I'm saying? So ain't no telling what them guys do, man.
Oh, man. All right, let's get to it, man. As you said, you was more of a class clown more? You more like on the lighter side of things?
Absolutely.
How did you start dipping into your comedy bag? LA is a big place for comedy. I think most of the most legendary comedians, I forget the name of the spot they would always go work at, but there's a few spots in LA that within Hollywood that most of the best of the best have,
Comedy Store.
Yeah, the Comedy Store. That's exactly what it's called. Was that your aspirations early on when you hear of the Eddies and the?
I always admired Eddie. Eddie was my first comedic aspiration before I decided I wanted to be a comic. I just saw Eddie as a young dude. I saw his specials, Delirious Raw, young dude, you know what I'm saying? He had all the ladies on him and shit. I thought that was fly, you know what I'm saying? That's the first person that gave me the idea, like, damn, I could do that. I wouldn't mind doing that. But again, that wasn't nothing I chased. Rap and hip hop was what I was on. So, I went into that. Ended up meeting and getting signed to Too Short. Going on tour with that dude, making some music, doing some dope stuff with him, you know what I'm saying? Cutting my teeth with that dude. And it was a great thing.
Yeah, we can't skip past that, man. Too Short, bitch, if anybody didn't know, that's one of the legends.
Love that nigga. Love that nigga.
Was he living the life that he was rapping about from what you saw? Like, just in the early days, was it that many around? Was it just that easy?
We had a lot of fun.
We had a lot of fun.
I had a lot of fun.
Were you up in Oakland a lot, or were you?
Absolutely, yep. Okay. All on 73rd and E14 at my nigga Boo house, man. God bless his soul. Rest in peace, Boo.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? Shout out my nigga Kiki. My nigga Jock. All my niggas PO out there. All my niggas in the Bay.
Come on. How come no one in LA took notice? Suge, Death Row. Is it just more so who you know back then, like when it comes to rap?
Yeah. It was who you know, and there's a lot of stuff, man. It was who you know, and again, it was political. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know them guys, and I didn't really mess around with them guys, so kind of just it wasn't nothing I thought about too much.
Definitely. You said you got locked up for that first time. What was that for?
Young juvenile indiscretion.
Oh man, how'd you get caught? I mean, what you couldn't run?
Man, fast? I'm 6'7". See, look, you would just say I knew you used to hoop. No, that was D saying that. No, I didn't hoop. I never hoop. I don't play ball. I never played ball. I've never been an athletic nigga. I always wanted to be part of something for the camaraderie, like a sports team, but I never was an athlete, so I never played any sports. But I did I did play left pistol for the Inglewood Carjackers.
Goddamn left pistol, goddamn it.
I played. So in my career playing left pistol, I was in the middle of a scrimmage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had the ball. And I'm on my way, but they shot at me 2 times. And when I heard the second shot, I just laid down so you can have it.
Oh man,
and I was done. And, I went 19-1.
Was police really that brutal back then to young black men?
I mean, yeah.
Damn.
And they still are.
Yeah, back then there was no body cams. They could get away with some shit back then.
They were very brutal against young black men. Again, I'm sure that it's a lot of brothers out there that can really say, that they got their ass whooped by the police, you know what I'm saying, for real. And it's just something that happened. It didn't make the news. You probably didn't get a fucking jaw broke or nothing, but you got roughed the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? It didn't make the news. It didn't, it just went unnoticed. A lot of that, it happened to a lot of niggas.
So I gotta ask, if carjacking was an Olympic sport, what time would you clock in at?
Oh, shit. Oh, is the window open?
The window is open, let's just say it. No. Window's closed. Glass house.
The window, so you're going to have to go tap that thing on the window to get out. I don't know. Is the light red?
Light is red. Light is red.
Probably 3.62 seconds.
Oh, this nigga. Oh, that sounds like a world record.
I'm just talking shit. I'm just talking shit, man. See, all that is just talking shit.
Yeah, all this is
talking shit, man. Again, I had what I like to consider a mischievous past. I've done some things that ain't cool, done some things that I'm old enough to know that we shouldn't talk about today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I say that to say through it all, I made it. You know what I'm saying? God is good. He sees fit for me to be here today, despite that. And because of that, I use that in my humor, my comedy. Just for me to be alive today is a motherfucking joke. You know what I'm saying? Because nigga was wild. So, again, a lot of that goes into my comedy. A lot of that goes into my, I got a dark humor.
Yeah. Got to, man. Listen, you play Black Jesus, man. All right, so let's get to it then, because again, to go through all that, to get to where, and I think, what was it? YouTube came out in 2005. And it was something to where I saw like, the internet was already popping a little bit. AOL was popping, but I remember the YouTube coming where the people start posting like shit you used to couldn't see is online now. Commercials, old school. So I'm like, oh shit. Then they let people actually upload their own videos. I'm like, oh, this is a new avenue. This is, of course, before monetization and shit like that. Mm-hmm. What was, when you first seen YouTube, what did you see like as it was created and you're like, oh shit?
My nigga, I hate to say I didn't see the vision.
Oh.
I didn't see it. I was introduced to YouTube through my good friends Jason Van Veen, Andre Brooks, and over there at Pistola Films. And we were friends. I met Jason, through a job. When I paroled out of YA, I ended up getting a job somewhere and I met Jason. Jason took a liking to my personality. And he was a filmmaker at that time. This was in the early 90s. And he took a liking to my personality and said, my nigga, I want to put you in some of my stuff. And I'm like, for sure, because he was my partner. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even tripping like, oh, this is my break or whatever. Nor was I tripping like, damn, this is where it begins for me. But it was just something to do because I was hanging with my friends. They were more so involved in the producing of the projects. And when YouTube came about and they were all happy and put it on there and showed me, I was happy to see myself on there, but I didn't think like, oh wow, this is the shit.
Was that were you booking? Were you already in comedy at that time?
No.
So YouTube is the first kind of somebody, hey, come in, 6, 7, we need you to play this, we need you to do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did my first sketches I did in 93.
Damn.
So some of the stuff you saw on YouTube early came from like early in the 90s, like 90s, 96, 98.
Oh.
A lot of those sketches. It just wasn't until YouTube became a thing where they were able to be showcased.
Let me ask you, let me see if you know these two movies. There's CB4 and Fear of a Black Hat. Have you seen both those movies? Which one do you feel is better?
CB4.
Oh, man. Okay. There was a big beef with Rusty Cundiff and Chris Rock as far as, they came out so close together and it seemed like they kind of mirrored each other.
Shout out to Rusty, man. But shout out to Rusty, man. Rusty directed season 3 of Black Jesus, man. My partner, man. Rusty's a cool dude, man. I just say, man, again, that be the people putting people against each other. I mean, there gonna be similarities, man. We come from similar backgrounds, similar environments. There's gonna be similarities sometimes, man. Now, don't get me wrong, there is such thing as outright biting, but I don't think that in that regard. These people twist and turn shit up, man. Fuck these people.
Yeah, fuck these people, goddammit. So let me ask you, of course, going down the YouTube rabbit hole, and it goes back to, Bullseye Productions and you doing your goddamn thing, man. I want to get the history of it because I see the check your nuts. Check your nuts.
Check your motherfucking nuts.
Yeah. How did that generate, man? Like, what was that? Was that just a thought in your head that like, you like?
Nah, that was a brainchild of my good friend Van Elder, who I met through Jason Van Veen. It's funny how both these niggas is Vans.
Yeah,
but, I met Van Elder through Jason Van Veen, and that was Van Elder's idea. You know what I'm saying? Again, something he saw in me to be able to execute. Maybe because I know how to pronounce words and things of that nature. I don't know.
No.
But he saw that was his idea. You know what I'm saying? He gave me the ball and I just ran with it.
There you go. Of course, you got that in the bag. Shit funny as fuck. I also see you had it's funny because we're in Dallas and this shit plays out all over. You're in the big skit, the Everest College skit.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on Everest College in general back when it was at its height? Because the nigga that you originally did that was like, nigga, you ain't, I think someone just interviewed him too recently. Like, nigga, you ain't doing shit. He said this nigga never knew what, the nigga who actually did that commercial never knew what Everest College was. He was just doing it because, he was, he's trying to be an actor. What were your thoughts on Everest College and for you to play that skit as well as you played it?
Oh man, I didn't have no thoughts on Everest College in particular. Again, I just be having fun, man. I wasn't tripping. This is Everest College, and it was close to my neighborhood, and it was shit, man. We just when did it that. What I think about Everest College, I don't know. They got some very gracious and indiscriminate rats.
Oh,
I really, you know what I'm saying? The marine life in those community colleges is outstanding. You know what I'm saying? Some very forthcoming and giving young ladies. You know what I mean? And I just want to, give a shout out to them.
Shout out to them. Now, mind you, there's some young kids who are debating if they should go to college now. Can you motivate them real quick? Just some of them young kids. Can you give us an Everest College pitch real quick?
Oh man, as a dad of a child about to go to college, man, I think my tune gonna change a little bit, man. Honestly, man. But I'll say this: look here, young pimp. You sitting around the hood all motherfucking day with some hard leg niggas not doing nothing. You want to get you some money and some bitches on your dick and the police off your ass? Go to school. And when you go to school, learn something that you're really gonna apply to your life later, nigga. Trust me, you gonna thank me, pimp, because them niggas ain't talking about shit. And even if you don't go to school, make sure you working on doing your thing and becoming the best that you can be. Because there's somebody out here paying folks for everything. You be the best at it, and you can get paid and get some bitches on your dick.
Where do we apply? God damn it.
Look, that little nigga, he ready.
Yeah,
he ready.
motivation. Yeah.
That little nigga, he ready. I want some bitches on my dick.
Motivation. yeah. All right. Let's man. God damn it, man. Hey, motivation. Goddamn motivation. Oh, did anything when you did that specific skit? Did people start picking up on what you was putting down? Like just the world, let's just say, because YouTube niggas start going viral doing certain shit. Like, was people picking up on what you was putting down?
Yeah, hell yeah, I see it everywhere I go, man. I see it everywhere I go, and again, it's such a blessing, man, to be recognized for good things or anything that brings somebody joy or a smile, man. It's always good. So yeah, like it wasn't long after that where people started recognizing me, and even after the tenure of Black Jesus, people still come up to me and say, "Hey, you the Everest College dude." So you know what I'm saying. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, because
again,
people still consider
people still consider it. People still want to talk to me, and he could be a nigga that people don't want to talk to.
Nah, that's right.
I appreciate that love, man.
So let's do it like this. September 2013. Again, one of the greatest video games is released of all time, man. Grand Theft Auto 5. Can you go through the process of how they even found you to do this role, or what did they approach you with? How did that go down? And who I know the creator of Grand Theft Auto, I forget his name, of Take-Two, Neil, or I forget his name, but who approached you? And what were your thoughts on, before we get to that, what were your thoughts on San Andreas when it dropped on PlayStation?
That was my shit.
Yeah, San Andreas.
I enjoy San Andreas.
Yeah, CJ was a motherfucker.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to Melee, man. CJ was definitely a mirror at the time, you know what I'm saying? It was so real. San Andreas was to us what GTA 5 was to the next generation. You know what
for
I mean?
real.
It was dope, man, and that was major.
That was major. Samuel Jackson, big production. Of course, I believe San Andreas comes out, and we don't see another game up until GTA 4. Of course, that comes out. That's New York. Shout out to all those in New York. They love it.
Yeah.
But then it was GTA 5 that kind of just changed the landscape of video games. How did they reach you to play the role of Lamar? Like did someone reach out? Did they have you audition? What was that?
Man, thank God. First of all, thank God. Thank God for everything he's done for me in my life. Thank you. Because I don't want that to be redundant, but you gotta give God his time every time. I met DJ Pooh through my association with Aaron McGruder. Like, I had always known of DJ Pooh, was always familiar with DJ Pooh, being an LA nigga, you know what I'm saying? I see DJ Pooh around. However, my place on the ladder wasn't high enough for him to see me yet. But I say that to say I've always been familiar with DJ Pooh. But once I started working with Aaron McGruder, that connection was made, and DJ Pooh saw in me something where he called me down to come do an audition. And that's it. Man,
it's funny because when I see Lamar on the video game and I go back and watch your Check Your Nuts and just your mannerisms, It's on point. So I'm assuming GTA 5 is all mocap. Is it just you voicing it, or are you in there playing Lamar?
I'm in there. We had mocap suits on. You see Lamar running. That's lanky dumbass. You see him running. You see him jumping. You see him talking shit. That's me.
How was that? Because again, this is at the time where mocap is, you don't know what's coming. You just like, let me just do the shit, act it out. Did you know what was about to be seen on, like, did they show you like a render of here's how it's gonna look? Mm-mm. So you just interacted?
No, I ain't gonna lie and say I didn't see anything, but it was still in the skeletal stages. So we didn't see what it looked like till I saw what it looked like. I saw the skeletals and all the little different, behind the scenes parts, but I didn't see like the actual how it looked.
Did they show you how Lamar looked, or did they base his look off of how you looked?
Well, he looked like me sometimes, and he don't look like me, man. That's kind of. Sometimes he look like me, sometimes he don't. But you know who he is.
Yeah. So I have to ask that when you finally saw the finished product and it's out in stores, little kids, probably 5 years old, is playing it. Probably shouldn't be, but you see you. What like? How is it like? Damn.
Surreal,
man.
Surreal. It's so humbling just to show you, to see how big that game is. Showed me how small I am.
Wow,
this is big,
and
it is very surreal to be part of something like that, to be etched in history, connected to something so large, man, and just knowing where I come from and, knowing my humble beginnings is wow, bro. And it's definitely a blessing, man. I'm so thankful for that, dog.
Did you think it'll be still to this day one of the most relevant games today? Like, nigga, it's 2024.
You know what, man? To be honest with you, dog, I don't give much thought to it. I do the job and I'm gone. I do the job and I'm gone. The only reason because everybody else love it, so I'm still in it, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I do it and I'm gone, man. It's what's next?
Now you shot.
Right now I'm on real life street Starz.
Yeah,
that's what the job is right now.
Yeah, this is a whole nother platform.
Hell yeah.
But let me ask, because you just recently hooked up with what's his name? Is it Sean Wright? Who plays Franklin?
Sean Solo Fontino.
My
nigga Solo. What's up, Solo? What's happening?
Yeah.
My nigga Solo, man.
A couple years ago, you and Solo linked back up to shoot some additional scenes.
Absolutely, with my boy Anthony, Dark Gemini photography. Yeah, we hooked up. We shot a real life reenactment of the iconic scene. Man, that was dope, man.
Yeah, because that iconic scene. And for those that don't know, is of course when you ask, can you go inside Franklin's house, and he don't let you come in, and I'm sure you didn't spit it so many times, but it's just that. I think you have one of the most famous nigga lines. Nigga.
I ain't gonna lie, that ain't mine. I got that. I was inspired by Chris Tucker and Smokey.
Oh, that's real.
Yeah. So I'll never take that, But again, I just like to think that I remixed it or brought it back. But that's actually Smokey's nigga.
Wow.
That's actually Smokey's nigga.
Well, damn it, the kids know you. But yeah, no, that shit went viral here recently where niggas made like Optimus Prime doing it. Like there's a whole bunch of shit going on. And then you and Franklin's camaraderie in the game, I believe there was some new content that was dropped, I think like a year or so ago, where for the additional missions or a new mission.
Downloadable content.
Yeah, the downloadable content where you went back and you roasted him again.
Yeah.
How was that as far as just redoing it, giving more dialogue to it?
Oh, man, it was fun, man. It's always fun, to be able to revisit it, man. Shout out to the people at Rockstar Take-Two Interactive, man. Yeah, have me back. That was dope, man. That was dope. It's always fun. I have so much fun doing that, dog.
Yeah.
It's hard to be. I don't know. What can I say? I'll be having fun, man. This shit is dope.
Did you interact with I believe it's Ned and Stephen Ogg as far as Michael and Trevor?
Yeah.
Did you interact with them a lot throughout, or was it just more so you and Solo?
More so me and Solo. I interacted with them whenever you see me with them in the game. So I don't really know them dudes like that, but they, we worked together. It was cool.
Okay, yeah, I seen they recently. Them two just did a commercial like a week ago.
Oh yeah,
both together. Yeah, it's very dope, very dope. So I have to ask then, GTA 6.
I don't know nothing about it.
Damn. So so they ain't anybody called you to do.
I'm waiting. I'm by the phone. My baby asked me that. Did they call you, Daddy? I was no, they ain't called me yet. Call me. But I doubt it. But if it happens, I'll be happy. But I doubt it because, again, they move on, different city, different character. So many people in the world. So, what I'm saying? They just, spotlight somebody else.
Do you feel like GTA 6 will have the same impact that GTA, based knowing Rockstar, knowing that team behind the game, do you feel they'll have the same impact that GTA 5 had for, let's say, 10 plus years? Do you feel like GTA 6 will do the same?
If they deliver on a product like I'm sure they will, it's gonna have more of an impact. Things only get bigger, bro.
Nah, definitely. So let me ask, of course, GTA 5, Lamar, the kids know you. But then, we have a show called Boondocks, where Aaron McGruder, man, I don't think the world has seen anything like this because we have anime style cartoon, and then we have Aaron McGruder's writing just charisma and just putting that to paper. You said you already knew Aaron McGruder even before you got before meeting DJ Pooh. What was y'all's first link up, you and Aaron's?
All right, I met Aaron through my friend Jason Van Veen, who I started with. Jason ended up writing and producing or working with Aaron later on in life. And the opportunity came up where Aaron was looking for some people to do some stuff. And he told Jason, and Jason reached out to me.
Ooh. Now, even before we get to Black Jesus, the Boondocks, of course, that is out. It's going crazy. I believe you have cameo in Boondocks. You have an episode, I think it's season 3 or something like that?
Season 3, episode 10. Story of Orlando Freeman.
A story of Orlando Freeman, man. For those that don't know, can you tell them the role you played on that?
Well, in the story of Orlando Freeman, I played Orlando Freeman, who he was a young man. I think he was coming out of Chicago. He was, he was looking for his father, and he believed grandpa to be his father. So, he went and found a way to talk to grandpa.
Do some door knocks?
Yeah, he was a handyman. He cut grass and he was real handy,
Yeah.
So he found a way to meet who he thought was his father, and, story went from there.
How was that doing animation as far as, of course you did voiceovers with mocap, but how was it strictly doing animation, voiceovers for animation for you as a work?
It was dope, man. Go in there and do my shit and I leave.
So what are your thoughts on the Boondocks overall, man? That's one show that I feel like it should have had a longer...
Necessary.
Yeah, it's got...
Needed. Boondocks is necessary. Boondocks is needed. Boondocks is a cultural staple. Aaron McGruder is a genius. His lens on society today is spot on. It's actually more than spot on. It's prophetic. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Because, you boys sure love these crossbody bags and stuff now. You boys sure love shopping at Forever 21. You boys sure love these nut huggers and wearing these teddy bears and ornaments and shit. If you like it, I love it.
God damn it. Now, he predicted some shit that was going down. The R. Kelly play. What was your favorite episode? If I don't mind, if you don't mind me asking.
My favorite episode. Oh man, I'm horrible in that regard.
Come on.
I got so many for different reasons. Ah man, my favorite episode. Probably the story of Orlando Freeman.
Yeah, there you go. First of all. Thanks. All right, so let me ask this. What are some of your favorite moments then? You gotta...
the nigga moment. Anytime Roddy tell a motherfucker he gay. One of my other favorite episodes when Dr. King came back.
Nigga.
Dr. King came back.
Man. Listen.
So many moments, man. Uncle Ruckus, man. Uncle Ruckus is he's man, Gary Anthony Williams. Shout out Gary Anthony.
Shout out Gary Anthony
Williams, such a good dude. Uncle Ruckus is that ugly image that's in our mirror.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Uncle Ruckus represents the self-hate to me. And that should be funny sometimes. How hateful it is.
Are you a fan of Charleston White? Do you like from being on the Boondocks? Do you see a little bit of Ruckus in Charleston White a little bit, or is that two totally different things in your eyes?
Fuck with Charleston White, man. I fuck with that nigga, man.
Hell yeah.
Fuck with Charleston White. I mean, you know, I don't necessarily agree with everything he says, you know, but I ain't got no problem with his language. I think a lot of people have a problem with his language, and I ain't got no problem with his language at all because, again, sometimes the message has to be a little bit colorful for people to pay attention sometimes. And I appreciate him for that. I don't always agree with everything he say, but I say like a lot of that shit he say about fatherhood and the state of relations between black men and women. I definitely agree with him on a lot of he says. So I fuck with Charleston White.
Yeah, man, he'll be here Tuesday, man. Hopefully y'all can see.
Tell him I say what's happening.
I tell him, man. I tell him. So Boondocks ends, which I forgot why did you remember? You know why it ended? Like exactly what was the reason? Oh, you. Go.
Hold on. Hey, I'm on Real Star. I'm on Reallyfe.
Reallyfe Street Stars.
I'm on here right now. So when you see this, I'm talking to you, baby. I'm on Reallyfe Street Stars. What's happening, baby? You good? Okay, yeah, I'm right here. Hopefully they cut this in. You see, I'm talking to you.
Yeah,
because she cussed me out when I told him what I agreed to get here. She said, "Oh yeah." She cussed me out, but that's
shout out to Mrs. Man. Hey, we doing some legendary stuff right now. Cook something great when he get back. Goddamn.
I'll talk to you in a minute.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir. So let me ask. Boondocks ends. Do you have the ear to Aaron? Or just remind the crowd, why did Boondock end? Did they say exactly?
I have no idea. That's above my pay grade. I don't know why Black Jesus in it. I don't know.
Damn.
That's again.
Do you feel like things just run their course, or you feel like it's politics? From what you feel, like there's some shit behind the scenes.
It's a mix of all that. Things run their course. Maybe politics are reason things run their course. I don't know. But again, I can't speculate because I wasn't there. I wasn't in these rooms when they made these decisions. I just wish that decision wasn't the one they would have made. But hey, that's neither here nor there.
Well, Boondocks moves out the way, so Adult Swim, they green light Black Jesus.
Yeah.
You had did a skit Black Jesus prior to doing Black Jesus, I'm assuming, correct?
Yeah, that was the Black Jesus sketches were a part of a project that Aaron was doing called the Super Rumble Mix Show, which was a sketch series. It was Black Jesus, it was Tube Steak, it was Ask John Witherspoon, it was Negro News. It was several sketches in which he made an internet show, and he dropped them on YouTube. And I think through his relationship, now again, this is me speculating right now, I believe that through his relationship with Adult Swim, they kind of probably been talking, they've been paying attention, fostering this project. And, Black Jesus was one of the standout sketches on that project. And, I think Adult Swim took notice and, they did what they wanted to do.
Now, before it even gets to air, before y'all start shooting, how, just for you personally, like you said, you have dark humor, but how blasphemous do you feel like this show is about to be? Just based on the opening scene, you reading the opening scene. I believe Aaron and Mike is the writers. You're a co-producer on it, so y'all putting it together. But just the opening, scene, and how blasphemous do you feel like this show was about to be, and how did you feel like it's about to be received?
Oh, I didn't. Honestly, man, I'm only thinking for myself, so I didn't think blasphemy at all. That's. Again, I really feel like God put me in position to do it.
Oh yeah.
I was the man to do it. And that was God said that. That wasn't me. So I don't see any blasphemy in it. I look at God and Jesus. I'm considering myself a spiritual person in terms of what is you Muslim, is you God, he there. It's the same one for everybody. So I say that to say, I look at our higher power like a parent. He know we fuck up. We mock our parents. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, again, I'm not necessarily mocking the bad way. Imitate. Yeah. You've imitated your father the way he talk, or imitated your mama sometimes clowning. And I think he look at the same way. And sometimes I believe he smiles. You know, I believe that God has the best sense of humor, because if he didn't, he wouldn't give it to us. If he didn't have the best sense of humor, the world wouldn't be like it is right now,
exactly.
man. It's pretty fucking interested in the world right now. So I believe that God is the ultimate joker.
Can I ask you, what did your moms think about it when you told her, hey, I just got it, Black Jesus, I got the role, we got to start kicking off season 1. What did your mom say?
My mom said, get that money, son. My mom encouraged me, man. And, again, I kind of take people aback when I say that, because I have a very real Southern religious mother, you know what I mean? But my mother sees it for what it is. She knows me, she knows my heart, and she's confident in me. So she said, do that shit. And my mom was in Black Jesus. I had mama in about 3 episodes.
Oh, man. What for? Yeah, she was in the crowd or something?
Look for her.
Oh, okay. I gotta look for her.
Look for her. Yeah. My mom in there 3 times. My mom in about 3 episodes.
Okay. So I'll do it like this, because for those who either didn't watch it or watched a little bit of it, it is one of the most sleeper hit comedies of our generation. Very well written, very funny. When it came to the casting, did you have any choosing in like who should play who, or as just being a co-producer, or did you kind of?
Absolutely. We went through, I read with everybody in the cast, and yeah, I read with everybody in the cast, and again, yeah.
So before I even get to the cast, for you yourself to play Black Jesus, of course, we need, Slink, hey, we need you with a goatee. You gotta get your goatee on. We need you in this robe, in this wig. And you're gonna be in LA. Were you cool with the wig? Were you cool with, hey, I love the look, I'm gonna buy all the way into this whole situation?
I'm playing a man. That's Jesus.
Yeah, no, facts. That's facts.
The fuck?
Was it hot?
It was hot as fuck.
Was it hot?
It was hot as fuck. But I definitely had fun with it, you know what I mean? Jesus shit laid. You know what I'm saying?
Burned down to the
out here, you know what I'm saying?
Damn near pee.
I get it, I get it.
So let's go down the cast list, man, because and I gotta say it because, rest in peace, first and foremost, to Charlie Murphy as we get started. For him for real.
And Charlie Murphy and John Witherspoon.
Yeah. We're gonna go through it, because you have some heavy hitters on there. To get, coming off of Dave Chappelle, Charlie Murphy to agree to play this character of Vic. How much of a win was that like for Charlie?
I hit the jackpot, man. You know what I'm saying? And that was all Aaron. I had no relationship with Charlie, nor did actually. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna keep that to myself. But yeah, Charlie was there before me. I'll say that. Charlie was there before me.
That's some real shit.
You know what I'm saying? He was already in the equation before I was.
Yeah. So was he supposed to play Vic or someone else? Lloyd or?
He was supposed to play somebody else.
Oh, okay. We'll leave it at that. So how was it though?
I mean, from what I heard, I may be wrong, but I heard that, Charlie was gonna do that. Oh, wow,
okay. How was it working with the late great Charlie Murphy, man?
Man, it was awesome.
Like even when the cameras cut, like just
man, it was awesome, dog. I'm a fan just like you. I'm a fan like anybody else, man. It's like I say, I got taken from. I wasn't even on the park. I ain't even at the park playing ball. I'm in the bleachers smoking weed, and then Kobe said, "Hey, come play with me." I ain't even playing on the park right now, bro. I'm blowing this joint. You know what I'm saying? And Kobe say, "Come play with you." That's what it's like. Like, whoa, are you sure you want me? All right. So, to get to play with Kobe and you ain't even.
Season 1 is 2014. Season 2 is shot in comes out in 2015. Season 1 is 2019. It's coming out.
Season 3.
I'm sorry. I apologize. 2018, 2019. And of course we lose Charlie Murphy again. Rest in peace. In 2017 due to the leukemia. Was that a delay? And was that delay due to the loss of Charlie Murphy? As far as should season 3 even happen, or what was that?
Don't give me the line, man. I'm sure Charlie's untimely passing definitely had a lot to do with it. However, I won't leave it all to that. I don't know what goes on in the boardrooms. I don't know what they doing in there. You know, so I'm speculating just like you.
Okay. So then I must take it to the late great John Witherspoon. Everyone, you know, again, you come up in LA Friday, you know, John Witherspoon, he's been popping. For the young group, they know him starting probably in 96, 95, 96 with Friday. And of course, John Witherspoon is one of the greats in this comedy game. To get him to agree to play the bum, Lloyd, like, how much of a win was that to get him to agree to play this role?
Man, it's like you win a lotto, man, twice, like double whammy. You win mega millions, you know what I mean? I mean, I had like a all-star ensemble over there, man. Just like an amazing group of people, man. Iconic group of people, man, and I'm so thankful to be a part of that, man, because they could have got anybody, dog, but for whatever reason, God saw fit for me to do it, and do that again. It doesn't go past me, you know, my cultural impact, or I'll say it doesn't get past me the things that, you know, the things I've done that's made an impact on the culture. Right? That doesn't go past me at all, and it's definitely awesome. It's definitely awesome.
To have a cast like Charlie, John Witherspoon, Corey Holcomb, King Bach, you got all these guys. Just when it comes to when the cameras say cut, is it just as funny as, or let me just say the outtakes, the shit the shit that people don't see? They
could have ran them cameras all day, man. we could have, if you would have ran the cameras the whole season one through, you would have had about 4 seasons out of season one. We had a lot of fun, man. You know, again, Corey's the life of the party, man. I love Corey, man. Corey definitely is, you know, one of the craziest motherfuckers, man. And Charlie, you know, I got so much game from Charlie and John. Man, it was, man.
Did they contain shit? Yeah, did they contain Corey? Because normally his comedy, I know if they just let him go, that nigga probably go.
I'm sure. I'm sure that. I don't want to say they contain Corey. They let Corey do what Corey does within that space, and I think Corey did that well. Okay. You know, Corey can definitely push the envelope, but they gave him a pretty good space to work with, in my opinion. You know, and Corey definitely pushed the envelope. Corey, one of the funniest comedians in the game, man. He's definitely in my top 5 and a good friend of mine, man. I really appreciate Corey and thank him for working on Black Jesus, man. That dude was funny as fuck.
Definitely. With a cast like that, again, I know you say you're not in the rooms. Black Jesus has 3 seasons. Why does it stop? Because it's on Adult Swim. I guess it comes on late. Do you feel personally that something could have been done differently, whether marketing, promotion?
Absolutely. So a whole lot of shit could have been done different.
If you don't mind, because it's not here no more. But go.
A whole lot of shit could have been done different. I can't put my finger on what could have been done different, but it's a lot of shit could have been done different. And again, you know, I don't know what those decisions were or why those decisions were made, but yeah, there was a lot of shit that could have been done. If you ask me, we could have kept going. You know, God bless my good friend Soul, John and Charlie. God bless their souls, man. They're irreplaceable as human beings, you know. But I still think we could have went somewhere, got different antagonists. You know, they don't have to be a hating ass landlord. It could have been a cop. It could have been anybody, you know. It could have been, you know, in films and stories, you know, you got your antagonist and your protagonist. And we lost our antagonists in John and Charlie. And I feel like, you know, nobody would ever replace them, but I think we could have found some different type of people for it, you know what I'm saying, to be hating on Jesus.
Like you said, you're in the Bible Belt right now, you know, got the whole situation down here. Do you feel like there was some backlash over the show? And did you feel it?
This is really a Bible Belt, and I think they loved it more here.
I mean, we get representation, guys.
I think we
get representation.
Yeah, I mean, I read about backlash on, you know, I never encountered any. Nobody's ever come and tell me like, hey, F that show. I had a couple people say, well, I couldn't watch that. You know, I ain't gonna lie and say that. I had a couple people, literally, maybe a couple of them, I could count on one hand probably how many people say, well, I couldn't watch that, or my moms couldn't watch it. And I can count on all our hands in here how many people told me, well, I wasn't fucking with it until I seen it, and then whoa. You know, or I have so many stories about people telling me how they have relatives or loved ones who didn't want to watch the show, but once they watched it, you know, they got it. And I'm just so thankful for the people that got it. You got to get past, again, I liken it to Charleston White in that regard. Once you get past the brash, the message, or whatever, how that sound. What's up? What's up, pimp? These niggas in here holding me hostage, nigga. These niggas in here, nigga, these niggas ain't smoking nothing. These niggas come in here with the weed, cuz. These niggas ain't smoking nothing. Where you at, nigga? Let the nigga in. Let my nigga in. Where you at, my nigga?
Yeah. I know.
Like 3 stars, bitch.
Come on, yeah, never. So, how was it working? You with all the Friday cats. How was it working with Don DC Curry? How bringing him in?
Man, that nigga, legendary, man. Look, Don DC Curry, man, another cat, man. It's the roster. We had so many amazing cameos and features in Black Jesus, man. Again, Don DC Curry, Mark Curry, Fred, what's my man, the white man, Fred? I forget his name. God bless me. I forget. He was the landlord, man.
Yeah, the landlord. I know he had Coolio for an episode.
Coolio, man. We had so many amazing people.
Ashley Larry, what's the name of?
Donnell Rollins.
Yeah, Donnell Rollins came through.
Bernadette Stannis. Yeah, we had amazing people on that show, man.
Was there somebody that you wanted to have a cameo that you could have, if a dream, we could get him in on just an episode or 2? If anyone.
I can't even. We got my man Short. Short was, I think we got Short on there. Short got a cameo.
Yeah.
Probably Scarface, man. Scarface. That's my nigga, man. Mr. Scarface.
Man. That's H-Town for That's Texas all the way. I want to give a shout out to King Bach, man, because, you know, he's a guy who was coming up on the YouTube game as well. And
that nigga King Batch on top. He been on top.
Yeah, he been on top.
That nigga, he's a internet superstar. You know, Batch, he turned me on the Vine. You know what I mean? I remember when he was coming up, Batch been on. Shout out to Batch, man. That's my guy. And Andre Fuller. Fish, what's up, Fish? Shout out to my boy Andre Fuller, AKA Fish. And little known fact, my boy DeAndre Bonds actually read for Fish, and he was actually Fish in the pilot, but due to some things he had going on in his personal life, he wasn't able to continue. But yeah.
Wow. All right, so let me ask you, what's your relationship with Aaron Magruder right now, man? Are y'all still in communication to just even do?
I just recently talked to Aaron probably about 4 months ago. We don't talk much. I actually, prior to talking to him a few months ago, the last time I actually spoke to him was at John's funeral.
Oh, definitely.
And so, you know, no, I don't really talk to him that much, but just, you know, it's funny you say that. I just happened to about 4 months ago, though.
Definitely. All right, so I got to play something real quick. I got to get just from your standpoint, and it's gonna be based on one of the episode titles. You know, what the F will Black Jesus do? So I'm gonna paint a couple of scenarios for you, and I got to get your take on it.
What will Black Jesus do?
What will Black Jesus do?
Okay.
All right.
Not Slink.
Yeah.
Not Slink.
Not Slink. This
not
is
Slink.
strictly
what Black Jesus.
What the F would Black Jesus do?
What the F would Black Jesus do?
Something happened. It's going viral right now to where a young lady invites a friend that she's just messing around with out on a trip to Mexico. She pays $3,500 for his ticket. She pays for the room and everything. As they get down there, surprise, she has another friend pop up, a female friend, because she wants to have a threesome. Now the dude gets upset, and he's like, "Hell nah, you know, I didn't plan for this. I'm not like that. I don't get down like that." And he wants to now leave, and he's like, "I can't, you know, even as a friend, I can't get down with this. I feel disrespected that you would bring a random fine female here to have this threesome." In that scenario, what the F will Black Jesus do in that scenario?
What will Black Jesus do in that scenario? If he was flown out If Jesus was one flown out,
yeah.
I'm sure Jesus would be more than happy that the lady invited an unexpected friend, because Jesus loves to minister, and he have more people to minister to. The more the merrier. They say when two or more are gathered in his name, you know what I'm saying? So Jesus would just love that. He would love, it wouldn't necessarily be physical intercourse, it'll be spiritual intercourse.
There you
and
go. There you go. Exactly. That's what I said. So second scenario.
Now I did say Jesus would minister to them.
Yeah, minister. Yeah.
You freaks out there, you get your own connotations. I said minister.
Cut that off, man. Come on now.
I said minister.
So let's say Black Jesus invites his family out to Disneyland, and his wife, his Mary Mag, whatever, gets in an argument where therefore she don't want to go to Disneyland no more. She like, I don't want to go. So he calls his, other friend to say, hey, there's a spot open. You come on, you bring your child. Let's go to Disneyland. And then at that time, getting to the airport, both the friend of Black Jesus and his current relationship, they both get there, and he's like, well, now we're in a situation, we got a conundrum. We either both y'all coming, one got to stay home, and let's just say he does bring both on the plane and it lands. What does Black Jesus do in that moment? What the F will Black Jesus do?
Once again, Black Jesus would love the moment, and he would appreciate that the family has come together. You know what I'm saying? It is what I brought you here for a reason. You might not always understand, but I got a reason. You know what I mean? And he might have to bring the families together. It is what it is. I saw that little situation, and I really believe that, you know what I'm saying, both of those people in that situation were aware of what's going on. They just hate to face the truth.
The ugly truth.
So, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, man. This is the world we live in. It's the world.
Jesus will love and have them there so he can minister to them all. You know what I mean?
Oh, man. Come on now. So let me ask you, before we get to your comedy bag, even while you're in Dallas right now, you have a role in Sharknado?
Yeah.
Part 3.
Sharknado 3, yeah.
Oh, hell no.
No, hell no.
What are your thoughts on the show? Again, hey, a job is a job, and we're going to get to it. But what are your thoughts on the Sharknado series?
Hey, man, it's something for everybody. They like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thankful that they found room for me in that world. You know what I'm saying? They like it. Yeah, that's dope. It's huge. Sharknado is huge. I had a great time working on it, man. It's a huge thing. Hey, man, I don't know. I don't want to sound boring or nothing, but I just ain't really for the just, hey, some things ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? Right. I mean, it's I know it's a huge, great series, and I enjoy working on it. I wasn't real well versed on it. I had never really watched a lot of Sharknado movies, but I'm thankful that they let me in on it. Hey, some things ain't for me, but hey, you like it, I love it.
There you go.
Knock yourself out.
Now you also are part of the hit series, or that soon to be hit series, Good Times. They brought that back. How was it?
They didn't bring it back.
Well,
they rebooted it. That's the problem. See, people, it's in the wording. They didn't bring it back. It's a reboot of, but they didn't bring it back.
Okay, so tell us how that worked out as far as even them approaching you to say, we want you in on Good Times.
Hey, man, my good friend Janine Daniels dropped the word to Renata Shepard and Devon Shepard, and they heard her, and they called me down, you know what I mean, and say, we got something for you, man. We want you to read for the part of this baby.
That
was dope. Again, most of my work has come through relationships, to be honest with you. To be absolutely honest with you. It's come through relationships, knowing people and being good with people. Man, you got to be good with people. You know what I'm saying? Watch what you say about people. Watch how you deal with people and be genuine with people, because, shit, man, that should take you a long way, man. And I think, I just try to be a good person with people. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you then, because, again, you have one of the most iconic voices, even coming on for Bebe's Kids. You have a voice that's kind of similar to Tone Loc, kind of similar.
I'll take that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and Tone Loc, he did his big one with Bebe's Kids when that first came out. For you to even channel that in Good Times, was Tone Loc an inspiration to me?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. But I will accept the comparison. I appreciate it. I welcome it. It's dope. He wasn't the inspiration for me in regards to. I didn't even give it no thought. I remember Bebe's Kids, but I don't correlate it with nothing that I've done. I didn't even think about it when I was doing it. But I guess when that show, when Good Times came out, people will draw the comparison. So yeah, that's dope. Thank you.
Okay, there you go. Now speaking of reboots and remakes, White Man Can't Jump.
Calmatic.
Yeah, come on.
What's up, Calmatic?
Come on now. First of all, do you, again, outside of, it's just a job, but outside of that, did you feel like White Man Can't Jump is a movie that needed to be brought into the current world of things? That the world, because back then, this is the early 90s. That's back when.
I do believe it was needed. I do believe it was needed. I do believe it was needed. And the reason it was needed, it's always different, because sometimes these reboots and remakes create new stars.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes that might be the reason, although we don't always see it like that. But White Man Can't Jump was a dope movie. I had fun doing that and I liked the movie. It was dope. It was a great movie.
Do you lean the same way when it comes to Space Jam Legacy? As far as you have Michael Jordan. And honestly, Space Jam Legacy makes a lot of sense for Michael Jordan to do his thing back in the 90s and LeBron to bring it back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And ain't nothing new under the sun. A lot of people, we shitting on remakes and stuff now. But we was remaking shit too. So, and it ain't even a remake really, man. It's just a reboot, man. Just enjoy the shit. People be too critical, man. It's
the internet. It's the internet.
If you don't like it, just shut the fuck up. Just don't like it, bro. It's all good. It's all good. But, again, I enjoyed it, man. And,
So let's do it like this, man. I want to make sure we touch on your comedy bag, man. Again, from day one, comedic skills is crazy. It's funny. Like I say, when people, they know you either through whether video games, through Black Jesus, but it's always been in the line of comedy. Even right now, of course, you're doing. Are you just doing sets right now? Or are you doing like a pushing a tour? Or?
Man, I'm doing satellite dates right now. I'm in Dallas, Texas at Hyenas Comedy Club. Come on out. I got a banana yellow leather tuxedo. I'm gonna wear that motherfucker and I'm not gonna sweat. That's gonna be the trick for the night. Y'all come on out to Hyena Comedy Club. But yeah, I'm doing satellite dates right now. I'm working on a movie. Just wrapped up a cartoon. I'm doing my YouTube vlog, G-Vlog. Y'all make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I've been wanting a plaque. Subscribe to your boy. I want one of the plaques I want to give my mama because I didn't have no diploma to give her. So let me give her a YouTube plaque. Subscribe to your boy on YouTube, youtube.com/Slink. Or you can search for me on Slink Johnson on YouTube. Subscribe to your boy. I've been vlogging. I've been getting into my editing bag. I've always been a gadget nut. So I like my cameras and I've been editing on Premiere lately. So, I've been really trying to jump more into, because I've been all over YouTube forever, but it's always been stuff I've done with other people.
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to just be more in my bag in that regard. So I've been doing a lot of vlogging, editing my vlogs and, just trying to get it cracking. So y'all subscribe to your boy because I want to get that plaque. I want to give it to my mama.
Come on
Mama,
now.
See, it wasn't for nothing.
For real.
You know what I mean?
That plaque, boy. It took us a while. It took us a while. Let me ask you, before we get out of here, I want to talk to the young guys out there, man. This is from Slink Johnson. What would you say are some real nigga traits versus non-real nigga traits as far as just being true to your inner self? These are for the young boys out there still trying to discover who they are in this world. Just keeping it all the way 1,000.
Say, my nigga, all the way 1,000. Real nigga gonna be himself at all times. Again, I think that's what helped me survive so long where I came up at, because you gotta be yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? We can get swayed by our environment, but don't let your environment dictate who you going. Don't let your environment dictate where you going, pimp. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? Be yourself, because at the end of the day, when they say it's lonely at the top, you goddamn right, because it's lonely in prison too. Don't worry about them niggas, man, because when you in that motherfucking box, sitting there by yourself, 23-1, ain't getting shit, you in that motherfucker by yourself, them niggas ain't sending you nothing. Don't be out there trying to impress these niggas. Fuck these niggas, man. Fuck niggas. At the end of the day, I love niggas, but fuck niggas. It's about you. If I have to be frank, young niggas, save yourself, man. Do what you have to do to save yourself. Stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble, man. Don't put yourself in situations where, you're gonna end up regretting it. And what I'm telling you is this too: life is short, but it's long. That shit you like right now, you ain't gonna like when you 38. That shit you like at 18 ain't gonna appeal to you at 28. That shit you like at 28 ain't gonna appeal to you at 38. You know what I'm saying? Prepare for your future the right way. I've been telling my kids this, man. If you do your childhood right, you can live your life. You can live a great childhood for the rest of your life. Prepare for your life the right way. Become the best at what you do. Somebody gonna pay you for that shit. You'll never work a day in your life. And then when you wake up, you 35, you on an island or somewhere, or whatever it is, your idea of happiness, you can have it. Just start paying attention and taking inventory of your life right now. It's a fine line you gotta play, man. I want you to have fun and be young, but I want you to be mindful of life, because have fun these little 18 years, but if you blessed to be 80, my nigga, 62 of them years, you gonna be an adult. And if you don't do what you supposed to do in them 18 years, gonna determine whether them 62 is hard as fuck or not. So make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do when you 18 so you can be coasting. Smooth selling the rest of the way, my nigga. Know what I'm saying? And don't never take your rubber off.
That's from Black Jesus. That's from Black Jesus. Okay. Man, Slink Johnson, man. Go and tell them how to follow you, man. Give them all the handles, TikToks. I don't know if you dancing on there or not.
I don't do no dancing. I'll do is boogie.
Yeah, there you go.
Do no dancing,
yeah, you in the D time. You in the D. No. Tell them how to follow you on all platforms.
I'll tell you what, man, with social media being such a vast expanse like it is, it's kind of hard. With so many connections to get to people, it's hard to get to people. And sometimes people always want to be able to get a one-on-one with they folks, and I'm all for it. So look here, if you ever trying to hit me up and you want a quick response, hit me on Cash App at $Slink Johnson. You hit me, I'm gonna hit you back with a blue heart real quick. Boop, I seen it. You know what I'm saying? But if you just want to jive ass with a nigga, hit me on all your social networks at Slink Johnson, and follow me and subscribe to me on YouTube, youtube.com/Slink Johnson, or search for me, Slink Johnson on YouTube, or go to my website, slinkjohnson.com. Fuck with your boy, man.
And any shout outs you want to give?
Oh, man, I want to give a shout out to Reallyfe Street Stars, my nigga D over here, man.
D Hart, Flav TV.
Flav TV, man. Shout out to the Smoke Yours crew. Man, shout out to myself. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
It's so many real players I can shout out right now, but I'll save some for the next time because I'll be back.
I saw you grab I was like, damn, he got Big X to plug on his page as far as using the it's like you merged them. I'm like, oh shit. I thought it was Big X for a second. I'm like, wait a minute.
Man, much respect to Big X to plug, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been in my, I can say I'm a gadget nut. I'm a nerd. I like that shit. So I like graphics and the AI things and all that. So, I've been making my own flyers and, doing all my own production. So I'm kind of like all over the place with that. But I had to give it up. Whenever I go to a city, I have to give homage, to the people, that give the city its identity to the rest of the world, at least. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And right now it's Big X the plug, man. I fuck with Big X. I like that dude, man.
Man, let's go.
I fuck with Big X the plug.
Man, you already know what it is, man. We got him in the building, man. Black Jesus, the Lord is, Jesus H. Christ.
And shout out to the DOC. And
gotta shout out to the DOC.
I gotta give it up for DOC.
Come on now.
Badu, and rest in peace, Mo 3.
And rest in peace, Mo 3, man. And real quick, as you shout out DOC, as he came to LA, did y'all know he was from Dallas early on?
Well, if you're a fan, you knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, because again, I was rapping and I was a fan. So, rapping stories. Yeah. I knew he was from Dallas, but that was, that nigga was hard. That's all I know. That nigga was hard. I mean,
straight out of Compton had him on that Cowboy jersey. So I said, at least they gave us the representation. Yeah. Thank God. So shout out DOC. Yeah, DOC. Rest in peace, Mo 3, Erykah Badu. You in the home of some grace, man. For real.
Man, absolutely, man. Man, rest in peace, Mo 3, man. It's like, That shit was so tragic, man. It's like, that's when I unfortunately heard of him. That's what, you know what I mean?
Wow.
And on the West Side, he had already been doing this thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure. And I seen his name in print. Don't get me wrong, I've heard of him. I seen his name in print, but, you know,
to start catching on to the music.
When that tragedy occurred, that's when I got opened up to his music, and I was like fucking mortified.
Wow.
That dude was so dope. Man. That dude was so dope. Rest in peace, Mo 3, man. God, he was so dope.
Oh, man, we appreciate you for being tapped in, man. Again, on the Street Starz platform, we appreciate you coming through and blessing us with such an epic interview, man. We try to tell these stories, man. And again, on our end, you are legendary and you're doing legendary shit. And we can't wait to see what comes next. Oh, my God.
Hey, well, you know, you got to stay tuned and see what comes next. Because when I come back, I'm going to tell you about when I met your mom in Oak Cliff at the fish market.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about that.
We're going to talk about it, man. You already know what it is, man. Slink Johnson, we got him on the couch, man. We got to say it, man. You are a real life street star, man. We salute that shit. Let go.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Starz, nigga. Move it. Hey.